Wow. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Those of you VOD watchers, lives, whoever. I had a couple of crashes, unexplained, don't know why. Actually, the first time was on the wrong channel anyway, so welcome back to the channel. I'm Ash. That's not a good look. This is Amalgam Ash. This might be okay. I could live with this. And that's not my intro, but we're going to open up Smile Game Builder, and we're going to continue on our heroic questing RPG made in Smile Game Builder. And it will be available for all, especially anybody who has joined the Patreon right now. It will be available in the $5 tier for the Patreon because there's not a lot here right now. It's not expected that anybody's going to care about that, but I'd like it to be not publicly available just yet. Perhaps when it's completely done, when I have just absolutely everything done, and I mean at least the base game and the first 2 expansions put in. But for now, oh, and patrons will get the source code too, so this might interest people who are wanting to make a game with Smile Game Builder. You'll get the demo files as well as the game. Hi. Good morning, Gravendall. Good morning, Patchwork. Welcome to the stream. We're doing something a little different than what I had originally planned with this. So here's what we're doing. Let's move this over to my second monitor. Let's change the scene. All right. How are you doing, Patch? It's been a while. Yeah, so here's what I want to do. I want to make the background black, first of all. Don't think that really matters too much. We're going to take all of these enemies off the board. We're not actually going to have these enemies on the board like this. We're going to have turn-based battles. So in doing so, we're going to go to edit game data. Actually, we're not going to edit game data. We're going to add assets, and we're going to go through all of the enemies that I'm actually going to have in the game. And we're going to select the ones that are the most relevant to the HeroQuest universe. We'll get this nice and big on the screen. There aren't many enemies in HQ. We're going to do 9 for the base game. Basically, just make sure we choose 9 out of all these. We'll delete the rest. We'll remove them entirely from our repertoire. Ooh, this guy looks like a pretty good Chaos Knight. I think I'll keep him. We've got a wolf. We've got a zombie. We've got like a vampire. We're going to keep the zombie. We're going to rename this guy. We're going to rename him to Zombie. Done. Dunzo. We don't need E43, which is a giant spider mech. E44 kind of looks like a lizard man. He's pretty cool. We might have to keep E44. And we have a lot of forms of him, too. So that might be our Famir. E45 is kind of like a gargoyle. Not totally sure. E46 is ridiculous. We're not going to keep E46. Let's start deleting assets. I'll have to make Ash more emojis. You have made me plenty, brother. You don't have to worry about that at all. We're going to keep the wolf. We're going to call you Giant Wolf because I'll use you later. For sure. No, I have plenty of emojis. Ooh, I like the skeleton. Skeleton Knight. We'll use this guy for skeleton. Skeleton. I'm actually not 100,000% sure on this. I might not use the 2D sprites, actually. I kind of like the idea of having the 3D sprite, the 3D characters, but I just don't know yet. You know, we might get some feedback from folks. Got harpies, golems, fiery dragons, slimes, werewolves. The werewolf looks pretty tough. I'm gonna go ahead and keep him because I know that there's the presence of werewolves in Mage of the Mirror, but I don't know how enemy-like they truly are, you know? E43 is pointless, get rid of it. E42, kind of vampirish. Don't really want him. E41, no. Naga, I like her a lot, but she's not in HeroQuest. E40, this is our Chaos Warrior, no doubt. No doubt, this is our Chaos Warrior. But we are, basically we're taking the enemies that I really know that I want for sure. Cassandria, that's Cassandria. No doubt about it, that's Cassandria. This is the version that I want too. Oh, that's a no-brainer. That is a no-brainer. Gonna call this guy, I don't want to call him Famir, I'm gonna call him Lizard Man. Lizard Man. This is Mono Lizard anyway, but obviously he doesn't have just a single eye. Hello, Sergeant House, good morning. Lizard Man full. We're going to take and get rid of all of 41, 42, and 40. The rest of 44? Do I want to do that? Yeah, we'll get rid of the rest of 44. Delete them all. 45. This might make a good gargoyle. I'll keep it. The rest of 40 I don't need. The rest of 45 I don't need at all. Delete them. Still have quite a few assets to get through. Giant bee, giant toad. Hey, that's an orc. I'm going to keep that. That's an orc. Don't need the rest of these E39s. There's so many of them. Oh. She's got a skull mask on in a lot of them. Which one do I like more? The one with flames all around. That's the one I like more. Gosh, she has so many different versions, though. I really appreciate that. Of course, I really appreciate that. Delete. You playing Lubert tomorrow, or are you waiting for the elf to come back? I'm going to finish painting my orcs. It's the last chance I'll get to do orcish stuff in Orktober, so I'm gonna finish painting my orcs. That's what we'll do tomorrow. Oh, she's so cute. So cute, but I can't think of a purpose for her in HeroQuest. So Lurchbrick will do probably the week after. Welcome, Lou. Nice art. Smile Game Builder. Smile Game Builder default art. It just comes with the program, so it's really useful to have. Really, really nice. Don't need 37. Although he kind of seems like a warrior elf. I could probably use him as a warrior elf. Elf warrior. Elf warrior. So we'll keep him in mind for later. Don't need the bull man. Don't need the beholder. Don't need the cockatrice. Get rid of them all, thank you. Don't need the weird chimera beast thing. Don't need the other skeleton variants. Don't need the robot golem. Don't need the ninja man. Don't need the personification of death. I'll take this orc. This is an orc with a notched sword. Orc notched. No doubts. No hesitation. And then we've got an orc mage. I'm going to keep the orc mage. We're going to keep the orc mage. By the way, those of you who are patrons, the earliest edition of this game is on the Patreon, but it's assigned to its own tier. I need to make sure that it's available for those people who are already members who are donating to equal or higher tiers. So if you're in an equal or higher tier than this, the access to this file, do not worry. I will make sure that that gets... Ooh, I want the Chaos Thug. He looks like a Chaos Thug. I'm going to keep him. Absolutely going to keep him. Bats, not going to keep bats. Regular soldiers, slime, golem, women, worm. That's about it. That's about it. That's about it. I don't have everybody I need. I don't have everybody I need. Specifically, I need a goblin. Thinking of playing a certain card game tomorrow. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. I would have... Ooh. I'm already dehydrated. I would have probably... I don't know if I would have played it. Well, I would have unboxed it. So I'd do the unboxing video. The little bit of commentary on how silly it was for it just to appear for about 10 seconds and then disappear. And then I would have done playthrough videos later on. And then I probably would have had a video separate from the unboxing video where I had high resolution, like here's the image so you can see it really well. I should be able to upload a goblin asset. Yes. Hello, Benjamin. Welcome. I should be able to upload a goblin asset. In fact, I have some monster assets that I can include. Let's go ahead and grab the healer only lives twice. I've already done that. Let's go... Oh, yeah. So I need to think about this. Those were the 2D images. I don't necessarily need to use them, though. If I go to my monsters, these are the registered monsters that I have for the game. And there's just... I can't zoom that in. I guess I can if I use OBS correctly. Yeah, Patchwork and I are both Smile Game Builder power users. He has a ton of assets. We take all the stuff out that I'm not going to use. We will keep the Dreadwolf. Can I please rename you? Yes, I can. Duh. Dreadwolf. I think I called it Great Wolf, actually. Giant Wolf. Keep the Goblin. So you're calling that a Goblin. Okay. Now I see. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to remove all the ones I'm not going to use. We're just going to go ahead and remove everybody. We'll add, okay? And then we'll do it this way. Goblin. Change graphic. Easily done. Uh-oh. Continue, please. 3D monsters. Where is... Oops. No, 3D. 3D is what I want. Need Goblin. Goblin. The goblins from... Oh, where are you? Here we are. Goblin Rogue. Okay. So this is how I'm going to do it. I wasted all that time looking through the 2D monster assets. I'm going to use the 3D monster assets. So we're going to represent like the miniatures on the board rather than pictures. The artwork gives me a headache anyway just to look at. I can't explain why. I don't know what it is about 2D RPG making tool artwork. I just don't prefer any of it. A HeroQuest remake done in the style of the old DOS Dungeons & Dragons tile games. Sorta. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to try. Sorta try. So, Goblin. Cleveland. The goblin is from Cleveland. Okay. He can be, sure. Why not? Why not? This next one is called Orc. And we know exactly how to use the Orc. We're just going to go down, ignore the unhandled exception. Make sure I save after I got this one done, because we have different orcs. So I'm going to go with the one that I think looks the nicest for being just a common orc. And that's going to be this one wearing the brown armor, carrying the huge sword. Apply. Okay, and then I want to save this file because I think it'll bug out. So here's the true, real plan, okay? When you enter a room playing in first-person mode, it's gonna look a lot more like, first person, like this. When you're going through, this is not what first person looks like. Good job, Ash. Good job. But you're gonna go through this dungeon in first person. And when you open a door in HeroQuest, generally that's when the monsters are able to activate. So there will be monsters. Boom. But we're not going to worry about turn-based, tile, strategic, tactical battle, like emulating the true HeroQuest. We are going to do a turn-based battle that is strictly 2D RPG style. So we are going to, for example, take this room, which has 2 orcs in it. We're going to go to the events tab. I'm going to grab, what do I want to do? Stationary. Those are speak to initiate battles, but I'm going to get rid of the speak part. Hold on, I had what I needed. Inescapable and will result in a game over. It's the very last event here. So change the graphic. We're not going to do a graphic at all. Nothing. And then we will. I don't want this either. We don't want any of those. Nothing. Thank you. Hit OK, right click on it, and convert it to an advanced event, which is no takesies backsies, can't go back. But that is OK, because we need to change some stuff here. So if the local switch is off, this will activate, which is totally fine. And it's when the player makes contact with the event. So it's set to play music. I don't want to play music. I don't want to display dialogue. I don't want to play a sound effect. And then boom, place battle. Battle with monsters. And then I get to actually set up the party of monsters that you're going to fight. So that is all we literally need to make this into a proper game experience. So we have 1 goblin and 1 orc for this configuration, and we're pretty much done. We've got monster positions we can set, which is pretty handy. I mean, if we cared to do that. But we can't escape. I'm not going to check no game over if defeated. We will play music here. I've always liked this song. I think this could be used for just the dungeon theme itself. Hi, Turtle Talk. Welcome to the stream. I've never heard of this engine. Is it good? It's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites of all time. It's a no-code engine for making RPG-styled games. You can make visual novels in it. You can make simple adventure games in it. You could make dungeon crawlers, exploration, anything of that nature. You could emulate some real-time combat stuff and make action battle systems too. It's a little bit more difficult. You need to be a little more savvy, and you need to kind of employ some tricks to make it work. And even then, it's not set up for that, so it's not ideal, but it can kind of be done. But it is a 3D engine. Fire. Give me some battle themes. Come on. Oh, here we go. And I don't like that one either. That one. Okay, that's good. That's good. We get to choose a different background too. Everything is customizable, front to back, from the ground up. All the graphics, all the UI, all the aesthetic of your game. You can make 2D games with this, though. By the way, there are probably better choices for making a 2D game based on your preference, but really, you can do it. So now, Patch says the price is high, but the cost is worth it. I would agree with that, but RPG developer backing is a little bit... It's a more advanced version of this. So if you have the money, I would probably just invest it in RPG developer backing. If you wait for Smile Game Builder to go on sale, get Smile Game Builder kind of regardless, because SGB, as we call it, is a much simpler engine. You can make your concepts very, very quickly. Like within 10 seconds of opening the engine, you have a game that you can test play. And all you do from there is just add on to it. And you can learn how to use backing effectively by being in this simpler SGB environment. So really, it's an awesome, awesome engine if you want to learn backing. 9 Rise, welcome to the stream. Hey man, been watching for a while, but first time saying anything. Well, hi. Cheers. Cheers to saying stuff for the first time. Do you accept test builds? So, the short answer is yes. The long answer is I don't devote any time to playing any games made in any engine ever, unless I'm doing it for the channel. So if I'm going to play it, it's probably, my intention is going to be, please let me video it. But if it can't be videoed, if it's too early, or if it's just for test playing or something, I can't accept test builds. That said, and I would wait for a sale on SGB, because whenever they do have a sale, it is discounted substantially. It is ridiculously discounted. It's like a $70 engine normally, but it's like down to $13 whenever they do a sale. So if you wait, snatch it up at 13. Absolutely. And then watch my video series on making a HeroQuest game to get started on making your own game. I have a lot of other videos. If you search Amalgamash, I have some playlists devoted to this engine as well, so definitely. Hi, I'm a Japanese backing user. Hello! I can't read kanji, so, however, it is nice to meet you. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Hajimemashite. Turtle Talk, thank you so much for the 5 GBP. That's amazing. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the overview. This is interesting. I was literally thinking about making a HeroQuest styled game. Yeah, and you can do the same thing with backing. It's a little bit harder though. I mean, there is a steep learning curve if you have no experience with game engines at all, because there's a lot of different stuff to wrap your head around. But if you are an SGB user, the learning curve it's non-existent. There is some stuff that SGB can't do that backing does do, that are kind of like related to that. So what ends up happening is SGB can import 3D models of the FBX variety, but it only supports what you would call one material per object, and the only material that it supports is diffuse. The only texture it supports is diffuse. If you don't know what any of that stuff is, that's fine. But you would be learning what that stuff meant as you were using the engine. And then when you are ready to use Bakin, which is like the 2.0 upgraded modern day version, you are able to import many other kinds of materials that give your 3D models different appearances, such as glossy or metallic or see-through, something like that. So then you would be learning even more about the game development process. And it kind of demystifies, it pulls back the curtain on all kinds of different game development that you might see around you and when you're playing video games, but don't necessarily know how it works behind the scenes. It's a really, really great peek into how these different things interact and work with one another. Marcus, thank you so much for the $5 donation. That's so kind, and I'll match that, he says. Very nice of you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I just spent some money on a rig to hold my camera from up above so that I could do much better shots than what I'm doing now with my little rinky-dink contraption that I use. Oh, thank you so much. I need to learn how to say your name. But thank you so much, Japanese user, viewer of the channel, for your very kind 1,600 yen donation. Arigatou gozaimasu. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you so much for your donation. That's very kind. Very kind. Sweet. Hope that all works out. Absolutely. Thank you for your support of the channel. It's very much appreciated. Back to the event. So when you're using SGB, events are set up in this way. It is a no programming engine, so you don't have to learn programming. In fact, it won't help you if you do know programming, but you can use the logic of programming to help you work through the mindset of the logic in the events. It's not necessary, but anyway. Ohio! We have different steps that we're taking here. We're setting up the monster battle between the goblin and the orc and the hero. Will this be for multiplayer? Sadly, SGB cannot support multiplayer. You could swap chairs. As lame as that sounds, you could absolutely get some people together who could take turns with their heroes as it is that hero's turn. But I think more than anything, this is kind of like a meta trainer. This will help you strategize for how to play the real game. Multiplayer can be done in Unity, but it's hard to do. Nobody's done it yet, though. You can also set up a few different keys on the keyboard to have local two-player, so you could sit down and play together. Now, the claim of Unity being able to do the multiplayer, yes, Unity can do multiplayer, but I haven't seen an example of any of it done from an SGB exported game. So I would actually counter that claim with a nobody's done it yet, but on paper it does seem to be possible. Turtle Talk, can Bakin do multiplayer? It's not native, but with the plugins coming for with the plugins coming for the engine in 2024, engine plugins, I think that we're going to see some access to that. And I'm so happy that we're going to get that kind of support for the engine. So I think that we will see multiplayer in the form of supported plugins. Now, how accessible those are and how much they cost and all that, that's a completely different thing. The rest of this stuff is not important. I don't need any of this stuff. I don't need any of it at all. If you're victorious, you get nothing in HeroQuest. You don't get any rewards at all. So that's it. We're done. So I need to copy and paste this event, and I need to remove the orcs from the board. We're literally done with that battle. We're going to paste this event here now. We're going to double click on it to edit it, and we're going to change. Oh, no. This is the goblin and the orc. I'm so sorry. This room, actually, we're going to do something different than what we did. This is supposed to be 2 orcs, not a goblin and an orc. But look at that. Look at how easy that was to set this up. That was so silly. It was silly how easy that was. Check out this room here. We have 2 goblins in this room. We can paste the event that I just made right here. Right click and edit it, or actually double click on it. And then we'll just change this monster configuration from goblin and orc to goblin and goblin. Hit OK, hit OK. Now that's going to trigger the goblin battle. 9 Rise, thank you so much for the $2 donation. That was so nice. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I have a business address, a business email, rewonderland@gmail.com. If you would like to get in touch with me about that game, just send me a note there, or if you want to join the Discord, which is always linked below, you can do that as well. You can reach out to me in the channel, DM, all that stuff. I'll send you a build whenever I get a chance. If you're enjoying it, I'll send you a free copy once it's finished. That sounds lovely. I would appreciate that. And if it is a game made in one of these RPG making engines, I'll try to give it some priority. But if it doesn't vibe with the channel, I probably won't even try to make a video. It's like if it's John Madden 2024, that's not something I'll play. But you know, if it's RPG related, there's a strong chance I will. Gravendall became a member for 2 months. Thanks so much for renewing your membership, Gravendall. Like to show your support as well. Absolutely. Please like the stream. We need to actually test play though. We're going to do that now. Make the start point, save our game. Please save. Please save. Hit test play. We're going to play the game. Here we go. This is not first person. Look at me. Look at me. I am a unit. Do you guys remember us making this barbarian? Give me just one moment. One moment. One moment. I have contacted Hagon-san recently. Oh yes? Was it a good exchange? Did you request a new plugin to be made? Hagons is a very skilled user of this engine and RPG developer backing. I have a lot of respect for Hagons. We flashbacks. Hello TSL. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. We need to we can stay in the game. We don't have to worry about it being first person just yet. The doors don't work. I can make them work, but not yet. That's it. That's it. We have our combat. The combat works. We have orcs. Okay, so you will immediately know we are using the classic hit point system. That's just a JRPG deal. But that's not what we want to do. We have a few things we need to fix. So to do that, we're going to make this system exactly like the HeroQuest system. We're going to have our 4 heroes. I'm going to allow all of them to have the first attack, as if the heroes had lined up in front of the door and then the first one had opened the door to go into attack. We will do that. All of the heroes will have higher accuracy, so the accuracy stat's not going to matter. We're going to throw it out the window. The next stat is going to be attack. All of the heroes will have abilities that will be random between their sort of min and maximum attack that they can roll with combat dice in the real game. We will then have the enemy try to defend, but I need to do some testing to see if the defense is absolute or if I need to double up the amount of attack that the hero can do to try to make up for the defense that the enemy has. So in other words, what will happen is if an enemy in the board game does not roll any defense and only has 1 body point, and your hero rolls 1 attack die, that should kill the enemy. So if I can't change the defense values in this JRPG system to match the board game because of its randomness, then what will end up happening is I'm going to make sure the hero has the ability to always attack at bare minimum right at the enemy's defense, right at the top of the enemy's defense. I think that's how I will do it. But I'll work out the logic so that the math works out and is correct and emulates the board game danger, risk appropriately. Harrington Martin, thank you so much for the $10 donation. That is so kind of you. Isn't it? Oh, your content is worth it, so I'll join the course of donations. I'm so glad you think my content is worth it. Thank you. Just being here and checking things out. I hope that you can enjoy the content or learn something about it. Thank you guys so much for the donations today. They really help out. They help me afford higher bids so that I can win HeroQuest card games instead of Gravendall. I should have had the stream last week. Isn't it Bakin? No, it is Smile Game Builder, but it is very, very similar to Bakin because it is the precursor. It came just before Bakin. I say just before. Smile Game Builder came out in 2016. Bakin came out early access last year. John Madden HeroQuest Edition? No. I usually support homebrew stuff, but I'm not. No, there already is that. There's Blood Bowl. There's Blood Bowl. It's just Blood Bowl. Never mind. That's fine. Their Blood Bowl has endured for decades. Somehow it has endured. Okay, we need to change the door events. So here's what we're gonna do. Make it into an event. Okay. Here's what I need to do. We're going to go to the doors and stairs. I just need it to open. But these are all warps, and I don't want to warp. So, when the main hero talks, then this event switch, local switch, will simply turn on. That is it. And if that local switch is on, yes, then change the graphic of the door. Oh, it doesn't have an open state? I thought it had an open state. Well, we'll change it to nothing. We'll simply change it to nothing. It will no longer collide with the player. And it's just automatically like this, regardless of whether we make it talk or not. So let's apply that and let's test to see if it works. Playtest. Gravendall Games, thank you so ridiculously much for the $49.99 donation. How absolutely terribly unnecessary, but thank you so much. You are amazing. You're an incredible supporter. Just the support and participation that you have shown, just being here has been amazing. Donations notwithstanding, truly. They do absolutely go into making better content for the channel as I continue to get better tools, better things like better cameras, better lighting, better setups. So I really do appreciate them very much, and I try to really put them to the best use I can. Thank you. Thank you. Even when I'm buying board games, I try to buy them when they're on sale so I can stretch every single dollar. You're amazing. Gravendall, I was thinking the same thing. Glad you didn't get these donations earlier. And yes, I'll be sending you the game to unbox and review. I know it's going to be painful if you send me the card game to watch that plastic come off. You should open it yourself. You should open it yourself. You should indulge. You should indulge in the tearing of the plastic. Check it out. Pop the tokens. I don't have to do that stuff on camera. I just want to look at the contents. I just want to hold them up to the camera. I just want to put them on my scanner. No, I'd rather have the community see it. Well, you're amazing. Absolutely amazing. If there is anything you need from me, you got it. You have a content creator on retainer. And I'll tell you what, more than anything, I'm excited for 3 things. I have a lot to be excited for. I'm so thankful to be excited for so many things. I'm excited for your digital creation that you have shared in the server, and to see where that goes and how people will be able to enjoy using that. I'm excited for your, hopefully, not too long from now, physical creation and what you've shared of that. And that's going to be a blast to cover here, because I know I'll have to get my hands on that regardless. And I'm excited to see what people do with your tool set once the next event, wink wink, has been announced. Send him sleeves, that way he can sleeve it for you while I'm boxing. If you need me to, sure. I don't know, are they standard cards? Are you going to be able to find sleeves? Do you even want to sleeve them? They're going to have my finger oil all over them. I'm going to have to wear gloves. Guys, it's going to be my first ASMR unboxing. We need to get back into this. You guys are incredible. We gotta get back to making the game. So the door has collision. So that works just fine. The UI sucks. Door has collision. I cannot go through the door unless I take the specific action to open it, which isn't working. Ah! I know why. It's fine. I'll have Ash's finger oil DNA so I can clone him. What are you going to do with the Ash clones? That's what I want to know. I mean, it's going to happen at some point. There's going to be a clone somewhere, somehow. I added Ash to my games. He's the only guy to my knowledge that makes videos about my games. Fight them? Fight them? You're going to fight the Ash clones? Or are you going to send them to me so that I can fight them? There can be only one Ash. Is that what you're saying? The true Ash will survive. Yeah, duh. Local switch on. When the local switch is on, that's it. That's all that has to happen. That's it. And that's my door event. If this door event is correct and it works, then we'll copy and paste this door event all over. And the enemy event will stay where it's at, right behind the door. So once you enter the room, well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Ideally, I need the door and the enemy event to be combined. So I guess what I'm doing here is, this is a regular door. That is what I'm doing. Okay. I know what to do. we're just going to grab the battle logic, okay? And we're going to go here, and we're going to go to Event Sheet 2, and place it here. So only if you are victorious. Well, either way, the local switch turns on. If you're not victorious, you die, and then the local switch can't remember its place. So actually, this is fine. This is fine. Okay. Okay. I think I got it. Save. Play. This has been actually productive, I think. We're going to find out. Ash, I caved in and purchased Mage of the Mirror. Well, good. Good. Did you purchase the new one or the old one? Either way, I like the new one for its sculpts. Mage of the Mirror is probably it's probably my least favorite classic expansion, to be honest with you. Only the new one? I do like the new one. I do like the new one. I like that the new one is more aesthetically pleasing when coupled up next to the other new X-Packs. That does not work still. All right, I know I'm missing something stupid. Patchwork is probably screaming at me like, yeah, I know what it is, you fool. Local switch on. No longer collide with player. It's just automatic. Just automatic. Is that what I got to do? Save playtest. Ash clone sounds like a volcanic enemy. You'll fight them. I'll scry at Lich style to learn your moves. Great. Great. That still doesn't work. Which means the local switch starts on, and I need to turn it off. Is that what it is? That should not be how it is. That's not how it is. All right. F5. What's going on? I can't take a look at the local switch. We've got a bug here. We've got a bug. What if I take a condition if local switch is on and I remove this one? Wizards of Morcar was always great in my opinion. Wizards of Morcar is probably my second favorite, right after Against the Ogre Horde. I don't know what it is about Ogre Horde, but I love that one more than any of them. Probably because every single enemy in the box is just an ogre, instead of there being an assortment. So it's the closest thing to really introducing an entire faction, an entire race, and just really digging into how they play into the universe. And I really like the Frozen Horror theme. The door's gone. It's just gone. We can't have that. So when the main hero local switch is when the local switch is off, we need to find the. I don't have the time to think through this logic right now. We need the chest. We need the chest. Before you obtain, after obtaining. Local switch will be on. It'll be on the right. Okay. Before you obtain, after obtaining. So, if the local switch is off, which it will be, you'll do all this. That'll turn on the switch. Then we will copy this, we will paste it, It is now event sheet 2. If the local switch is on, this will no longer collide with the player. There will not be a graphic there at all. And there will be no monsters to battle. Is that the correct way of doing it? You'll need a Starship Trooper to take care of that bug, Ash. There we go. I did it. Finally. Yay! Wizards of More cards like €500 for the original. Yeah, I know. It's inaccessible. It is so nuts. Barbarian doesn't open door. Barbarian kicks door down. You can roleplay it. You can definitely roleplay it. Somebody asked earlier if the hit points would be the body points. Yes. The answer is yes. So I have my template now. I have my template event that it's basically going to be used 1,000,000 times for this entire experience. It's right here. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go to my asset lounge, which has all of my monsters all laid out. And we're going to put the event right here so that I can copy it and paste it whenever I want. I forgot that I had these bad boys all sitting around in here. I've already worked through the monsters. I didn't need to even go through and get more. We're going to go back to the trial. And now we're going to paste the event here. There was actually already an event here, but we're going to paste this one. And I have already run into a problem, and that is what happens if you enter a room from 2 different sides. So, I'll have to change the way I do this. Instead of opening the door triggering the battle, that's why I'm hoping for a reprint desperately. I agree. I really hope that we can get a reprint. I think that it's absolutely possible. I think we'd have some awesome sculpts for the other sorcerers, the sinister sorcerers themselves. Has anyone here tried the Sunday Quest books? I have. I have 2 of the originals, the first ones when they were still called HeroQuest. They follow the European rule set, so the monsters are intended to have 1 body point. All of your regular 1 body point monsters. So you'll have to keep that in mind if you purchase them. If you convert them to US rules, they could become quite challenging. But they also require you to have finished some previous HeroQuest content, so you'll need to be beefed up. Yeah, you'll have to be ready. There are a few ways I could do this. It really doesn't matter. I could use global events or global variables instead of locals. Need a choice in the settings somewhere so you can change the text open door to kick down door, even if no mechanical difference. Maybe. I could overlay it all with the choice. That would be fine. 1 goblin, 1 orc. Hit OK. Event settings here, 1 orc, and 1 orc. Now, what I would like very much to do is, since I have the first few rooms here set up, ready to test, I need to get into the enemy stats and make it to where they literally have the same amount of stats that they would in the HeroQuest board game. Can a local have 2+ different events? So the local can only be accessed by the event in which it is created, in which it resides. So other than that, it'll be a global. And that's fine, but after a while, the list of globals would start to really get long because we are constantly saying for every single room in the game that we clear from enemies, we would add another global variable. So when you go around the other side and open the door, it doesn't trigger the same battle. That's okay. But I'm going to continue sussing through and seeing if I'd like to do this a different way. Good evening where you are, good morning where I am. Play hard, train hard. Mushroom Man. I just got done playing Endless Fight. Endless Shroom, the Stankening. I just finished playing for a future playthrough. I finished playing Star Knight Odyssey, and I have an episode of Endless Mushroom to put up now. Terminology, units of currency, gold coins, buy, sell, quit, bought, elements, nothing. I don't really have to worry about that. Items, consumables, weapon. We're just gonna call it equipment. Equipment. Oh, I guess I would call it weapon, huh? Armor, head, armor. I'm going to call this one shield, because there are only shields. Helmet. Body armor. We're just going to call it armor. We're going to retain that ambiguity. Accessory. We're going to call it hold on, artifact. No. There's no reason to call it that. Is there? Because weapons are artifacts too. I'll just call it accessory for now. I'm not sure what else I would call it. Or other. I'll call it other. Accuracy, evasion, held. Your inventory is full. Which items do you want to discard? Discard. Menu. Items. I'm going to call that treasure. Skills, we're going to call this magic. Or I guess we can call them abilities. Equipment is equipment. Status is status. Save, exit game, quit. Held money, we're just going to call it gold. Playtime, item, skills, nothing, remove, save data. Menu 2, saved. Cursor, character select, configure, change settings, instant, fast, normal, that's fine. Stats, level, hit points becomes BP. MP stays MP for mind points. Attack dice. Defend dice. There is no elemental attack. There is no magic attack. There is no agility. State, normal, KO. I'm going to leave those alone. Battle. Monster appeared. Level up. Who do you want to use it on? Escape, miss, back. Battle 2. We will come back here and change this stuff at some point. Is there a way to play HeroQuest online with yourself and others online? Yeah. Turtle Talk is all over that. Thanks for that answer. TTS. Good to hear. Why are you using SGB instead of Baking? Because HeroQuest is a simple system. And I'd like to replicate it using a simple system. I also want that grid movement to be integrated, and I just want it to be as simple as possible. Tabletop Simulator, I actually have that, and I haven't used it once. This dwarf is looking so beautiful. We really need to change the graphic. What if we said no graphic? What if we did that? That might be a little bit better, actually. Barbarian, dwarf, elf, and wizard. I see, makes sense. Yeah, it's something I want to give access to, and the 32-bit platform will ensure that just about everybody should be able to have access to it. So HP, we're going to go with what these heroes actually have. I believe the Barbarian has 8. And then for MP, we don't really have a reason to have mind points at all. Oh, I should I do, for the monsters, should I do European, US, or should I have an option at the beginning that lets you choose? One moment. Option for both? I like that option for both. I worry too different would be a lot more work. Not really. Not really. I have an idea for the logic behind it that would make it really, really easy for me. US and then add Europe later. Europe first, I think. Okay, I need to leave. Thanks, everyone. See you later. Thank you, Total Talk. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the interaction and for the donation, of course. I'll see you next time, I hope. We're going to go with raw values for what they have. So if the Barbarian has 8 body points and 2 mind points, they've got 3 attack dice. I'm going to put 3 attack. And magic attack is just 0 because who cares? Defense is 2, and then agility is going to be 1. 1? If the agility is the same for all the heroes, who will go first when they enter into battle? I don't know. I don't know. US first because we need to know we are better than everyone else, even though we know we are not. US first. Soon it will be Ash ASMR Storytime RPG book. I mean, give me a book to read. I'll do that. Give me a book to read. Give me a channel to do it on. Don't think I haven't thought about it. I don't think I really strive for radio voice, but I mean, if there's people who want that, don't think I won't do it. Give me a nice public domain book to read, and I will turn up the volume, turn down the voice, and I will do some reading. Ash regards YouTube donation super chat. Is it true you only get 50%? YouTube gets the other 50? No, it's not that steep. It is, I believe, 70-30. So it's not that steep. If it was 50-50, that would be rough. I'd probably just still stay on it. Patreon gives me a lot more. They don't take out nearly as much. I think they take out 11% because of my merch tiers that I offer. So if you go to Patreon and you support the channel that way, you'll get the role in the Discord that shows you're a supporter. You'll get your name or your handle of your choice at the end of the videos. And then if I make games like this, I like to put in my supporters in different ways. So just to pay homage back to them. Yeah, 50-50 would be pretty steep. What's the difference between European and US in this case? I don't know anything about HQ. So the European edition is more focused on exploring, so they give all the monsters basically one hit. So when you hit a monster, if you land that hit successfully, the monster is dead and is taken off the board. And in the US edition, it's a little more combat focused. So whenever you run into a group of monsters, they might have 1, 2, or more body points. So you can land that hit, but then they're going to have a turn back and get you. I mean, you already read that RPG book on the other channel. Oh, do you mean Lone Wolf? Oh, you're a Lone Wolf fan, huh? Soon it will. That's what you meant. Yeah, and guess what? I finished the first volume, finally. And coming up, I'm going to be playing Fighting Fantasy. Finally, I'm going to do Fighting Fantasy. Maybe. I might do HeroQuest next. It's a really short experience, the HeroQuest one. Then Fighting Fantasy. Then I'll get back to Lone Wolf. ASMR Ash, you do a brilliant job. Love to hear you read Blade of Poisoner. The cover art is excellent. Well, no reason for me not to write that down. I wonder if it's allowed. If it's something they would allow me to do. Blade of Poisoner. For what it's worth, on 12-year-old Jarl and 3 friends with strong psychic talents fight the evil of Prince Meftic the Poisoner, who serves the demon driver. SGB, yes. Hagons. Buenos dias, mi amigo. ¿Cómo está usted? Hagons, I need to play Coveney Town. I really need to play Coveney Town. So I'm going to play it soon. Soon. Yeah, the US one can be construed as more difficult for sure. For sure. The US expansions famously are tough, while the UK expansions are just fun. They're just really fun. It's not a lie. I still have it. I'm gonna start fresh. I just told Play Hard, Train Hard here, Mushroom Man, that I finished playing his game. I'm not finished with it, but I did an episode, and I'm going to upload that. And in that episode, I talk about how I need to get back to Coveney Town. So, it's going to happen. Whoa. Attack 2. MP is 4, not whatever I put there. No magic attack. 2 defense. Why did I put 6? 6 body points. Agility 1. And finally, the Wizard, who will also have an agility of 1, a defense of 2, a magic attack of 0, because we're not using that stat exactly, 1 attack, and 6 mind points and 4 body points. These guys will not level up. I need to change the graphic for the elf. I think we will use the... You guys can help me select a graphic. This is going to be for the elf. So we've got some lag between the chat and the stream. So I'm going to go through here a bit slowly, let you guys see all the options. We need to pick one of these for the elf, and we need to pick one of these for the wizard. El hongo. And I'll kind of give you my vote as well. I'm going to skip the NPCs that definitely don't look like elves or wizards. But I will also take... I'll also take suggestions for the other heroes, because I'm going to find a way to incorporate the new heroes into this as well. So we're going to have the Warlock, who, I'm going to choose who that is myself. I'm going to choose one for the Knight. I'm going to choose one for the Druid, of course, one for the Monk, one for the Rogue. We're going to have everybody. Blonde girl, green shirt elf. Okay. Beard guy as wizard. Beard guy? This beard guy? Don, welcome to the the stream, by the way. I don't think I said hi. I don't think I greeted you. Greetings. She's hiding her ears. Yeah, you're right. And he's hiding his magic hat and his staff and all of his other magic accessories. Can we use this guy for the rogue? Are we in agreement about the rogue? Can we use Nil for warlock? Nil's going to be her own character. 6 attack dice, 6 defense dice. Yes, on the rogue. That's good. All right, guys, I'll go with that. I can't quite see a better wizard anyway just yet. Oh, I like her. I like her. She has similar hair to my darling warlock. She doesn't look like a warlock, but what if I use her as a base to make the warlock? I'm going for it. That wasn't a question. I'm going for that. So F39 is going to be for the warlock. And then we have a ninja who kind of looks like they could be the monk. We have a nice lady in a kimono who could be a monk. This guy looks like a badass monk. He looks like a really cool monk. What else do we have here? We've got... Oh, she's cute. Oh, she's cute. But she's not going to be the warlock. I've already got my warlock. That's a done deal. That's a done deal. Oh, I might make her into Nil. What if I did that? What if I made her into Nilbog? Don't I have any elves around here? I like the halfling warlock a lot. No, I don't. I love the halfling warlock. I like goblins and halfling characters a lot. I don't know why. Maybe I just really like The Hobbit. I don't know. Maybe The Lord of the Rings influenced me a lot. I don't know. But let's go ahead and grab that elf. You guys said green shirt, blonde hair for the elf. We might be able to do something about her ears. Wizard, we're going to go ahead and just grab the bearded guy. And this version of the game will be live on the Patreon for anybody who's at the... I'm going to take a look at the tiers. It's automatically going to go on the $5 tier, but any other tier on the Patreon that's at that amount or higher, I'll make sure that anybody who is a patron has access to it. And you'll have access to the game file. Now, it's going to be quite broken because we're doing the current version, which is the version that you see here before you. And like you have just witnessed, it is quite broken. It doesn't work yet. But if you want to have access to it, you can have access to it. Don't spend money to have access to it, but if you really want to, I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money. Okay, we'll go ahead and add the rogue, since you guys helped me confirm who we would be picking. And it doesn't take but a couple of seconds to do that. We'll get their stats in a little bit later when I have those in front of me. Definitely one agility, though. And we're going to go ahead and add one for the warlock. Change graphic. Warlock. Who is that going to be again? Oh, her hair is really similar to the warlock as well. TSL frontman. There's a person that I'm acquainted with from Kurgan's server named Azure Megid, I think, and they make HeroQuest and Tabletop Simulator, or they've made a lot of assets for it. I don't know how, because I haven't used Tabletop Simulator, but I think it's probably similar to making assets for game engines like this. It's my favorite of the new characters. I agree. Quick one. Regards. Prophecy of Talor and Spirit Queen's Torment quest packs. I find I've already got all the models, really, so I'm just going to substitute in other models that I think. What do you think? So, like, if you've got all the models from... If you've got all the models from the Mythic tier, then yeah, you're set. I just want to know approximate timescale, or if I should hire a pro for a few dollars. I don't know. That is up to you. That's up to you and how definitely research it, you know? Because why not? Research it. See if hiring a pro seems worth it to you. Check the prices. I had somebody picked out, but I actually really like this one a lot. I like her hair. I think I'm going to go with this one, actually. Not just because I can't find the previous one. Oh, she's here. Oh, yeah, because she's got like a bit of a hood anyway. Oh, man. They're both good. F39 versus People 12. I'm going to take F39's face and put it on People 12's head. And that's what I'm going to do. But that's all the time I have right now. So you're going to see me use the utility to export the public game file, omit the unused, and export. And right now, if you wanted to play this, you can walk around this dungeon in the third person. You can see all of the assets and map of the trial. The export has been done successfully. And we're just exporting this to the Heroic Questing folder, which is where it is now. I'm going to zip this up and upload it to the Patreon. So if you guys want to play this, what little of it there is to play, you will have access to it right meow-ish. And I have to go. I get the feeling, Ash, you're like HeroQuest figs only for HeroQuest. I only use... Okay, so like just to get into my spiel for that, I love that anybody can proxy whatever model they want and do what their heart desires. I support that 1000%. But me, for my games, I like to use my HeroQuest minis only for HeroQuest. If it's the classic version, I'll pull in stuff from other Citadel stuff. I'll pull in Skaven, easy. I have zero problems pulling in classic Skaven. I'll pull in Warhammer Quest models. I'll pull in Talisman 3rd edition models. I kind of stop there. I have a few models I've pulled in for my HeroQuest game from Dark World, because I think the aesthetic matches really well. The scale is pretty well on point. And I have a few models that I pulled in from Dragon Strike. The quality is a little bit varied, but like I really like Dragon Strike's Death Knights, so in they come. Besides that, for the contemporary HeroQuest, I would absolutely use furniture such as from Next Level Miniatures if the size was right, and I would definitely use contemporary Skaven if I had any. But I will say, since I got OrcQuest Warpath, I'll use all of those minis. They're fantastic for HeroQuest. I wish I'd bought 2 copies so I could kit bash all of the minis and put them on circle bases. I know some people that are already doing that anyway, but I'd rather not screw with the only product I have. I'm heading out, Harrington. Have a great day. Thank you again for the dono. See you next time. And I'm heading out myself. So guys, thank you again for your donations and for watching and all the kind support. It means a lot to me. You are a great community, a truly great one. I am blessed with an awesome community. Now, I gotta go. I'm late. Thanks again for watching, guys. See you next time. I'll have this game uploaded on the Patreon for anybody who's interested in that. And until next time, later. For now. That's not my outro. I'm just gonna break my outro in every way possible. I think I can do that.